A report by the World Bank shows South Asia is expected to remain the fastest growing emerging market in the next 2 years. It predicts growth of 6 to 6.1% in 2024 into 2025, largely because of India's strong economic performance. But private sector investment has slowed since the pandemic, dropping from 7.2% before 2019 to 3.5% in the past 3 years. The report notes that only 59% of South Asia's working-age population is employed, and that's compared with 70% in other emerging markets. The report also says South Asia is vulnerable to the impact of climate change. On average, it says 60 million people a year have been affected by natural disasters since 2010. Minelle Fernandez has more from the Sri Lankan capital, Colombo.
The World Bank says that the South Asian region has reported some of the best performances among emerging markets and developing economies. But this is somewhat deceptive growth because India is the driver of these numbers and is far ahead of its regional neighbors, who are still grappling with economic crises, the after effects and scars of major economic issues. Some of the problems has been some of the most closed economies for trade. Another issue is not being able to create jobs in keeping with the numbers of those coming on the market. And the World Bank report has put forward some solutions or recommendations.
If South Asia raised its trade to GDP ratio and to the emerging market and developing economy average, so the bars would be the same, and if it raised the capital flow, its capital account openness to the emerging market and developing economy average, the probability of sparking a sustained private investment acceleration could be about 1/2 higher.
While commending Sri Lanka's perseverance and commitment to rebuilding after the country's worst economic crisis in memory, the World Bank says the path ahead is still long and narrow. Sri Lanka obviously also needs to indicate, and the government needs to show its commitment to continue with the reform process, according to the World Bank, which is the way that the country can come out of its economic issues. Minelle Fernandez, Al Jazeera, Colombo.